I think the hardest thing is ultimately the man that made her smile in this picture is also the man that killed her.
Neil Gillingham grew up wishing he could have known his grandmother and terrified he'd one day come face to face with his grandfather, the man serving life for her murder. Now he's been told that Russell Causley could be freed.
So you're worried that he's going to be released from prison and that he'll come and find you?
Even behind a prison door, he dictates. So what's that going to be like? That's going to be magnified if he is released, because we no longer have a 20-foot wall between me and him. We no longer have a 20-foot wall between him and my family. Instead, what we have is a very, very bitter, calculated, manipulative, devious woman killer.
A killer who Neil believes has shown no remorse and 32 years on has still not revealed where he hid Carole Packman's body. Desperate for answers, Neil and his family turned to former detective Mark Williams-Thomas, who investigated the case for an ITV documentary.
This case is fascinating. It's so complex.
Carole had apparently left a note to say that she was leaving her husband and their daughter Samantha, but after Causley was found guilty of fraud, police looked again at her disappearance and he was charged with her murder.
It's extremely gratifying that justice has been done and that a man who thought that he got away with a major crime is now going to prison.
From behind bars, Causley has tormented his family, confessing to strangling Carole, then saying he'd made it up, describing how he'd burnt her body or buried it, his story always changing.
If it isn't bad enough knowing that your grandmother, my beautiful grandmother, was strangled to death, and everything that comes with her, and the thoughts, and the images in your head, they can be so easily closed. This book. It's horrible to keep on talking about it. It's horrible to keep on reliving it.
But Neil believes his grandfather is relishing the control he still has over them.
We're seeing this more and more with other high-profile cases, whether it be in terms of Keith Bennett and the Moors murders, or whether we look at April Jones. What we're saying is that we would like to be able to make it very, very clear to criminals when they're first sentenced, when they're found guilty of murder, and there is no doubt whatsoever, that that person must reveal the location of their victim's remains before that person will be released.
And that, he says, requires a change in the law to take the power away from prisoners and give victims the dignity they're being denied. Claire McGasson, ITV News, Cretan in Northamptonshire.